What's up, everybody? This is Bunny and Bumblebee Talks. I'm Bumblebee.
And I'm Bunny, and our first topic is, do dogs sweat?
It's a tricky answer. We got Do you still have the link up there on your phone? We
Um, I don't have it, but I gotta look it up.
The answer is yes, but
Is dogs only produce sweat on areas not covered with fur, such as the nose, paws, and pad. Unlike humans who sweat almost everywhere, however, they do have sweat glands, but associated with every hair follicle on their body.
so basically, their hair shown the sweat only shows in the areas where they don't have hair.
Yeah, but they do sweat on their body.
It's just their hair absorbs it.
Yeah, but it's not like. But that's why they pant, because
They're not properly cooling down their bodies. Because the sweat's supposed to make it to the outside of your body to
yeah, cool you
cool you
down.
down. I think you're still looking for an answer. The reason why we have this one is because
Well, yeah, cause it's saying like they sweat, but they don't necessarily cool down like we might from sweat. So like the signs, I guess, if they're overheating, because I guess their body isn't like cooling them down enough. Because even though it says that dogs sweat in supposed areas, there's some dog, because they said like a dog will sweat from their paws, and you can see like the paw print. But sometimes you'll see a dog walk outside on the sidewalk on a hot day, and you won't see anything on the ground. So I don't know about that.
and that leads to another thing. Stop, leaving your dogs in the goddamn car with the window cracked just a little bit.
Yeah, remember I had that discussion, like
Yeah.
how it's like you still can't leave them in like a hot place.
If I catch your dog in your car on a hot day, I'm personally busting your windows.
Yeah, so if you see excessive drooling, redness around the gums, trembles or shaking, deep, heavy panting, high body temperature, no energy, they might be overheating.
Mm-hmm. And all of that makes sense. It's kind of like how it is with a human.
Yeah,
Similar symptoms.
yeah. Well, we wouldn't be panting,
No, we won't be panting.
but for us, when we sweat, we cool down a lot easier than like say a dog that supposedly is supposed to be sweating,
Mm-hmm.
but they may not. They definitely don't sweat in a way where they can really get cooled down. So that's why they always say, you know, or they at least tell people you should have like water with you for the dog, so that way they could like cool down. You should try to keep them in cool places if you can. Try not to like take them for too long of a walk if you do take them for a walk during the summer. And definitely don't leave them in the car. That's like almost like leaving a baby in the car. It's like the same thing.
Yeah, and give them plenty of water. You know, it's if you have a dog like mine that just sometimes likes to go and sit outside, like they need to be able to come in and get some water.
I think every dog likes sitting outside though.
Yeah, Zion likes to go out there and just sunbathe, and then he'll go and he'll chase birds and squirrels and all that other stuff, and then come inside and he's like, and
Yeah,
we're like,
but,
yo, bro, go drink some water. You
I
got a
mean,
bowl full of water. Go drink some water.
yeah, but like Remy could go outside and she'll be sitting outside and she'll just be panting. She's not even moving.
Yeah, I feel like Remy's always panting though. She seems like the kind of dog that's always like got the smile on with her mouth open.
Yeah, I mean the only time she's not panting is if she's like when she lay down. Like if she's sitting up, she'll be panting. But then like if she lay down like she dead, she not panting. She'll just be laying down like, all right, I'm not moving.
Lazy dogs for the one. If you have any dogs, leave a comment. Tell us a little about your dog. I love dog stories. Or cat. Or any pet. I'll take it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know nothing about cats cooling themselves down.
I don't know either. The only reason why we know anything about this dog thing is because we were determined to get the facts on it.
Well, yeah, and we were also curious about if they actually even sweat at all.
Yeah. If you didn't know that,
because of the fact
leave a
that they
comment.
do, because of the fact that they do pant.
Yeah.
Because because the person that said it, they didn't understand why a dog pants, forgetting that it's like almost like equivalent to a baby. Like, yeah, a baby does sweat, but like a baby doesn't have the proper, you know, development to cool its body down
Absolutely.
to not be in that type of heat. Because like you could put the window down and the baby will still be overheating. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like the same thing with a dog. So, and I've seen people like where I've went to stores and they'll just have like a couple windows down and then they'll be like, they good.
Yeah. Forgetting that, that shit is torturous on a dog or a baby or hell, even a person. Because even when you decide to just chill in the car, if I go in the store, I at least leave the car running for you.
Yeah, but like you would be able to like figure out how to cool yourself down, whereas a baby would or a dog would just kind of be there like having like a damn near panic attack trying to
figure out why it's so goddamn hot.
Yeah, like trying to figure out how I'm gonna cool myself down. So
Yeah.
there's that. I don't think there's anything else we need to add to that.
Yeah,
right?
no.
Why are people having kids at an older age instead of a younger age?
That is.
Well, I feel like there's still some people who have kids at a younger age, but I feel like it changed a lot compared to what it used to be.
And a lot of it has to do with the lack of. I don't want to say financial stability, but times are a lot different than they were when, like, say, our parents were having kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but a lot of people still struggled back then too.
But yeah, people struggled, but like
Uh,
the cost of living
yeah, but they still
jumped a lot higher than the cost of wages did. So people like even
but I don't think that's like the main reason. Because think about the people who had like kids as like a teenager. They were like struggling, barely making it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even now, like unless you have like your family helping you, you're still gonna struggle.
Very correct.
And there's people who back then still struggled with homelessness, with having kids.
Yeah.
So, I don't think it's so much the financial aspect of it. It's just, I think it's partially that, but I think it's more of the fact that a lot of people don't find that companionship to have a kid. That's what they're like, a lot of people prefer looking for that if they are going to have a kid compared to like back then where people might have just had a kid at a young age and didn't think about the consequences until after they had the kid and then just struggled and just dealt with it
and just did it. Yeah, whereas somebody is like, people are nowadays, it's weird nowadays because you have on one side you have a smaller group of people. It's not as big as the other side, but you have the people who do want to look for a family. They want to find that one other person that they can spend, if not the rest of their life, most of their life with, you know what I mean, and start a family with. But then you have the other side of the spectrum where you have people who are just like, I'm not committing to shit.
Yeah, and then they have babies, and then they just do what they gotta do with
or they don't have kids, period, and they're like, nah, I don't want kids right now. What do I want kids for?
Yeah, and then they go through their whole entire life like
Yeah.
thinking, or you have those people who they say they want the white picket fence, the wife, the kids, and all that, and then they they have it planned out that they want it, and they want a certain future for their kids to live, peacefully and nice and stuff like that. But like their plan is not like a 1-2 year plan. You're talking about possibly like a 5-10 year plan, and then yeah, they may be still at technically what's considered a young age, but like once you start getting, I guess you could say, later on in your 20s, you also have to be realistic of like, am I going to be able to pursue this plan
Mm-hmm.
where a chick is going to still be able, let alone want to have kids with me, unless you, I guess, planning on getting with a real young chick.
Yeah. And you'll see that happen. I don't know if you've personally seen it, but I've seen it like amongst even like a couple of my friends. They've gotten with girls that are not necessarily super 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 younger than them, but they'll be. Some of my friends are a little older. They're mid-30s, closer to their 40s, and they get with people our age. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, but that's not super.
It's not super big, but that's what they'll end up doing, because the chances of them finding someone at their age who's, still looking to have kids, if they did, if not already having kids themselves, are slim.
But that's because they did it to themselves too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And then you also have to factor in not every chick that's necessarily younger than them is gonna want to be like, hey, I want to give you a baby.
That is also true.
You gotta factor that in. Some chicks only end up doing it because there's money involved.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta put that into play when you're talking about a certain age gap when it comes to, hey, I want to have kids and all this and that. And then you also have to put into consideration what you're asking of someone of a certain age gap, because if you're of a certain age bracket compared to the female that you get with, essentially you're asking her to not only have your kid, but then she's going to end up being stuck with the kid later on down the line, because you're going to get older. There's going to be things that she's going to want to do that you're not going to be able to do.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to end up cheating on you, realistically. Yep. If you want to get, like, real with it. Like, she's going to end up cheating on you. She's going to be like, yo, I want my back blown out. And you might not be able to do that no more. Mm-hmm. And she's going to be like, what the fuck did I do?
And she's 48. She still got it. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, she's going to be like, what the fuck did I sign up for?
Yeah.
And I met a lot of dudes like that. Like, where I used to work at, there was a lot of older dudes that was like in their like 50s, 60s, and their wife was like late 30s, early 40s. And I'm like, what? Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, and then they were always at work. I'm like, oh yeah, she cheating. Ain't no way in hell you always at work and your wife is just staying home, like just chilling all day while you at work 7 days a week, never home. And then by the time she see you, if she does see you, she probably already gonna be sleeping.
Mm-hmm. Or she be ready to go, and you tired from work because you 60 something working 7 days a week.
Well, no, I'm talking about like where I was working at, where it's like you had all different hours, so you might be coming home at like 12 at night, 1, 2 in the morning.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So she's already either asleep,
in bed. Yep.
So. You know what I mean? Like, she's not gonna necessarily, might not want to go out. I mean, unless she, I guess, planned a girls' night or something. But, like, you're never really gonna see your wife and kids. Like, there was somebody who's, like, 65. His wife was, like, younger than him. He had, like, a 7-year-old kid at home. Like, never really saw him because he was always at work doing overtime and all that, because they have certain times at that building where they need people to be there to take care of certain things at all times. And then they could change your hours at any given time because it's a data center. So it's like you might go in 8 in the morning, you might get off at 4, or they might say, hey, you got to go in overnight and you're not getting off until this time. And you might do a 12 to 10 hour shift depending on what's going on.
It's tough.
I mean, you also have those people who they'll help out and do overtime from time to time.
Yeah.
But they're also realistic that they need their time to be at home and do whatever it is they're doing. What are you doing? And now you was just like weirdly leaning to the side, like you alright?
Yeah.
Like
I was cracking my neck a little bit.
no, you weren't. Like you didn't do a crack at all.
Yeah, no, it didn't crack because I thought it would, but it didn't. But anyway.
I think we're good on that topic, right?
Yeah. All in all, it's just different times. Things are different. The relationships are different.
Yeah, a lot of people are like less inclined to have kids just because it's not even so much their age and because of finances. Some people just don't have kids because
some people just don't want to bring kids up.
They just don't want to deal with the responsibilities.
Some don't want to deal with the responsibilities. Some don't want to deal with the pressures of being a parent. Some people just don't want to bring kids up in this generation of kids that are coming up because they don't feel like the next generation is really.
I mean, but that's also based on how you raise them too.
Yeah,
there's some people I know that they have kids in this generation that are gonna be upcoming, and they actually act the way they're supposed to act, and then you got those people who just have the kids that are just buck wild. So
yeah, it's nuts to say the least. What you got for us?
Okay, so the next topic is why are so many people afraid of furry animals that look like rodents?
Oh, my mom's definitely one of them.
Look, if it's a chipmunk, you can tell the difference between a chipmunk and a goddamn rat. Okay, it's part of the rodent family.
My mom does not care.
But but I'm just saying, like, if I see a chipmunk, I'm gonna be like, oh, look at the cute little fur pattern. He look fluffy. I'm not gonna necessarily be like, oh my god, let me run for my life, because all a chipmunk is really gonna do is run past you.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they really gonna do. They're not necessarily gonna let you pet it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be realistic. The only one I don't really mess with, I don't mess with squirrels, though. They a little sus.
Yeah, you know who? My boy Deshaun.
Don't you
terrified of squirrels?
Don't they look sus to you?
I had an experience with a squirrel that kind of put me off on them.
They look sus, right? Comment down below if you think squirrels are like suspicious. Like, I feel like they just be looking at humans and be like, one day we gonna take over this motherfucker. Like, I just feel like they
probably could though. They got the numbers.
Like, I feel like they just look like suspicious, like they up to something all the time. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the only like animal that's part of the
squirrels be out here scheming and shit.
Yeah, like that's the only animal part of the rodent family that I'll look at it and be like, actually, no, I'm lying. A squirrel, I don't mess with them, right? Because they're not really my thing. But, like, if I see a possum, I'm out.
Oh, yeah.
I don't do possums. Possum is one of the ugliest rodents I've ever seen in my entire life. Mm-hmm. And they big as hell, too, on top of that.
For no reason.
Yeah, like, and then it's like, their face just
and
looks
they always playing dead.
Well, they do that to keep people away from them.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that I like about a possum is you could see a possum, right? And they're not necessarily going to mess with you unless you corner them. Mm-hmm. So, like, and when somebody told me that, I was like, well, why the hell would I corner a possum? Like, what am I gaining from this?
Absolutely nothing.
Like, what am I going to do if I see a
It's not like a raccoon where you just got to look at one and they be like, what'd you say? Like,
yeah, but a raccoon isn't... See, look, he messing it up for y'all. Don't listen to him. A raccoon is not part of the rat family.
Oh, no, I wasn't saying that it was.
It's part of the dog family, by the way.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's part of the...
I didn't know that.
The same species as a dog, by the way. So let's not confuse raccoons and
I
possums.
was just saying, it's an animal that on sight it'd be ready. Like,
Well, it's one of those animals that on sight, if people see it, they're not necessarily thrilled to see it. But don't get me wrong, I kind of started fucking with raccoons because what the fuck was his name from Guardian of the Galaxy?
Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah, he was cute. He was cute because of him. I see a dead raccoon, I'd be like, oh,
Poor little guy.
yeah. But they're not part of the rat family. They're part of the dog species. A lot of people do not know that, by the way.
Yeah.
A lot of people,
I think what it is though, with the fear of small rodents is because people fear
raccoons
mice.
are a small rodent.
I know.
They got
I'm
hand
getting
paws.
I'm getting back on subject.
Is that?
I'm just getting back on subject.
What is that even called? That like because doesn't possums have like a similar type of thing like a raccoon where like it kind of look like it kind of look like a paw, but it's like a hand looking thing.
Yeah.
So it's like that's why they could just like scratch your eyes out if they wanted to.
And they can hold things in their hands.
Have you ever seen like a mother possum?
No.
With like babies on its back? It literally looks like a giant rat because they have a giant rat tail and just like giant rat babies on its back. It's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's the miracle of life. Oh, if you could see her face right now.
Yeah, no, I could pass on that. We don't need any more possums. No. But yeah, like, back to what we were talking about with that. Like, if I see, like, a chipmunk or a chinchilla, that's part of the rat family. But they have the difference between, like, a chinchilla or even, like, a hamster. The difference between, like, a chinchilla or, like, possibly a squirrel. I don't know about possums. I don't know about their lifespan because usually rodents don't have large lifespans. A chinchilla almost lives similar to a rabbit, and by the way, a rabbit is not part of the rat family. It's its own species. It just has rat-like features with the buck teeth and the whiskers. That's it, and it's just fluffy. I had to clarify that because a lot of people assume
That's a rodent.
Yeah, it's part of the rodent family just because of the buck teeth and the whiskers, and it's really not. It's really part of its own species. But, like, a chinchilla almost has the same life expectancy as a rabbit, which is very shocking because if you look at a hamster lives up to, like, 2 years, maybe 3.
Yeah.
And 3 is, like, pushing it. Maybe you might get 4. I guess if he's, like, a thug, you know? But... You know, the longest I saw when I looked up the life of a hamster is like maybe 2, maybe 3 years. So I don't know how that works for possums. I don't know if it's like the same for them because they're part of the rodent family. I know mice. It's like pretty much like similar. I don't know about rats. What about rats? Is it the same as mice? Like 2 years?
I hope it's less.
Is it?
Creepy. I hope it's less. They're like, we used to have. Oh my gosh!
How? Don't tell me you used to have rats.
Not here. Oh God, not here. We used to live and when I was in South River when we first moved there.
Yeah, rats only live up to like maybe 12 months, maybe 2 years.
Okay.
Cause remember, like I was. So then, does that mean possums are the same too?
It could be.
Hold on. How do you spell possum right now? I'm so scarred from that word. Ugh.
Well, possum lifespan.
There we go.
What we got?
Ooh, ew. Okay, so apparently it depends on the possum. So if it's a common possum, it's 2 years. But if it's a Virginia possum, whatever that is,
oh my God, yeah,
it's 4 years. Why?
Her face.
Like
absolute disgust.
No, because it's like, why? Why do they get like an extra 2 years? Nobody need them.
Oh no.
Wait, does that mean they're like only stationed in Virginia?
I mean, it's possible.
I mean, why would they name it a Virginia? You know what? I wouldn't even be surprised if they named it a Virginia possum and it's not even from Virginia. Because that's how dumb, like, the U.S. is. They'll just give an animal a random name and it don't even make no sense. But, yeah, for the most part, anything in the rodent family is like a 2-year span. I mean, you got that special possum that got that 4-year span.
You just
What?
disgusted.
Oh my god, that's like the most horrible thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, and then you got hamsters that maybe they might get 3 years, but hamsters are cute though.
Hamsters are very cute. My cousin used to have hamsters.
I always wanted the hamster from the, remember back in the day when they had the one in the Sprint commercial, Chucky. He was.
You remember Hamtaro?
Yeah.
Little anime hamster. Yeah.
I never really watched it though, but I heard of it though.
It was lit.
Said it was lit.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add to this?
No.
Stop being afraid of chipmunks.
Yeah.
All they do is run.
Yeah, they cute or whatever.
I used to see a lot of chipmunks.
Don't be mean to Alvin, Simon, and Theodore.
I used to see a lot of chipmunks at Westwood.
Yeah.
Running around.
I see them at the stores I deliver to.
Yeah, but like all I see them do is like, it's not like they're going up to anything big. They're literally just running around.
Just gallivanting.
I would really love to run that fast though. I'm not gonna hold you. Like I literally,
fast as fuck, boy.
I was literally watching a chipmunk run when I was like sitting in my car to go inside work, and I was like, I really wish I could run like that, because if I tried, I would like pass out in the process. But I think that's about it. So that means chipmunks will probably be 2 years too, right?
Probably.
Yeah, they're kind of small, like mice.
Yeah.
But they got that cool like pattern on their back.
Very distinguishable.
Yeah, but nobody ever looks. They just see it and they're like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Start running the other way, like it's going to chase them.
Yeah. Okay, so the next topic is, can you have a relationship without like motives, or I guess motivation, you know, like
without purpose.
Or you could say without purpose, whatever word you want to use.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much, no. I guess you can, but is it really a relationship then?
I mean, but like, how do you view that? Like someone having a relationship without...
Where your end game isn't...
Like you're with the person, right? But then, you know how like some people, they'll like hype it up like, oh, we're going to get married. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And a lot of people, they just say it. And then they never have any intentions of actually...
Yeah, they're not
like,
really about that life.
Yeah, like they'll impregnate you. Mm-hmm. And you'll have their baby. And you're stuck with them. But like...
As far as actually making you their wife.
Yeah, they're not doing that.
Yeah.
Because I heard that's like the new wave now for a lot of people.
I don't know why. I prefer a relationship where my end game is us getting married and then having a family, or we could start a family before we get married, whatever. As long as we get married. What are you doing?
Doesn't that look enticing?
A little bit. But, you know.
I feel like if you're going to be with somebody, especially if you are going to be with them for a while, because it's really sickening to me when I see someone in like a long-term relationship and then they have no end game to the relationship. It's literally like, oh, I'm in a relationship now, but it's
get
like...
Get up and just be together. And that's not like... That's not what relationships are about. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be building with each other, working, right? We talk about it all the time.
Well, yeah, you're supposed to have like a plan if you're gonna keep somebody around for that long. You can't just like keep somebody around for that long.
Just cause.
Yeah, like because there's nobody else that's gonna want you.
Because
there's some people that do that. Like they stay with somebody for a long term of time because they know that they're such a difficult person to be with, and they know they have traits that other people aren't gonna like, right? They know, but they'll never admit it to you. And then they'll keep that person around because they were tolerating it. and they're like, hey, nobody else was tolerating this before. I was single for mad long. I'm gonna keep this person around whether they miserable or not.
Yeah, and it's not right. It's just not right. You're supposed to be building something. Relationship is team is a team. A relationship is a team, and it's not just, your partner. Like any relationship you have, a business relationship, a friendship, like a deep seated friendship where you two are, you know good friends. You don't just keep people around just to keep them around.
Yeah, but there's people who do that though.
And it's weird to me.
There's people who do that because they know that if they got rid of anybody in their life, they know they're not gonna get that call back. Like, hey, like I know we lost touch, but like let's figure out why we lost touch.
All the people that I have around me, whether it be my friends that I game with, the people that I stream with, or the people that I know personally in real life, like face to face, that I can pop up and see whenever I want. You know what I mean? I don't keep those people around just because. You know what I mean? Just because to keep them around. My guys are my brothers. You know what I mean? They're my brothers. Like,
you keep saying, you know what I mean? Like they're like, you have to kind of explain yourself, like why you don't keep people around. You keep saying like, you know what I mean?
If you just keep people around, right? You're not building, a bond with them. They don't become people that you can rely on when you're down and out, and they're not people who you can celebrate with when you're up top. And that's who I want around me. I want people that when I'm fucked up, and whether it be I'm down to my last dollar or I'm fucking sad and depressed, right? I got people I can call and just to talk to. Whether it be you, whether it be JR, whether it be Alex, Steph, Russ, whoever it is, right? I can call them and I can talk to them and they'll hear me out. They'll give me advice. They'll tell me when I'm wrong. And then if I hit $1 million right now, we all can celebrate. I'm not saying I'm buying everybody houses, because $1 million really isn't that much money, but we all can celebrate.
Yeah, like a lot of people think $1 million for some people is a lot of money when you don't have it, but when you have it and you start like planning out your finances and stuff like that,
like, I'm gonna buy my mama a house, I'm gonna buy my daddy a house,
then before you know it,
now you got $20 in your pocket. You like, what the fuck I do with all this money that I just got? Forgot you had to pay taxes on that shit. Yeah, nah. But
there's a way around that, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
See, the biggest mistake, and here's a little tip that the lottery will never tell you. If you stay working and you win a substantial amount, more than what most people usually win when they play the lottery, if you stay wherever you're at, whatever it is you do, technically they can't tax that money because you're still working. They can tax the money you get from your job, but they can't tax that lottery money. So if you're supposed to get $48 million, whatever they usually would take from taxes, you're going to get that $48 million because you're still working.
So don't quit your job.
No, a lot of people are like, "Oh, I'm gonna quit my job." I'm like, "Don't do it."
Yeah, and
the only reason why I know this was because I had a friend that was in a film class with me, and their uncle, I forgot how much they said their uncle won in the lottery. It wasn't like millions, but it was like a bigger amount than like a couple $1,000s. And it was like pretty big lottery at the time, and he stayed working and they didn't tax the money that he was supposed to get from the lottery. Like, he just got his full amount that he was supposed to get.
Good on him.
And he's like, yeah, stay working. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that. I'll remember that.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind for when I win that Mega Millions jackpot, baby.
You do realize all those numbers are pre-planned, right?
Yeah.
There's like a whole book on it.
Yeah. I know a couple people back in Ohio that they have like a system. Yeah,
They have
charts and shit. That's how they play the lottery, with charts.
Yeah, they have like, I don't remember the name of the book, but they have like a whole book on how they pick the numbers possibly for the lottery. It's not necessarily like random set numbers. It's like a system.
I need to find me an inside man.
Yeah, so they can take all the money back.
Nope. Don't gotta know.
Yeah, and you just put it in the podcast, so.
Guess I'm never playing the lottery again. Sorry, I don't play anymore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick to scratch offs.
Yeah. Like, the thing with the lottery, too, is, like, some people don't understand that, like, you actually have to play it all the time. So you have to think about how much money you're putting towards it just to possibly even win anything. But we kind of went off topic a little bit. Anything you want to add about being motivated in a relationship?
Don't be with someone that you don't plan on being with, that you don't plan on seeing a future with, that you don't plan on marrying. Because that's your end game. Your end game is to grow old together. And if you don't plan on doing that with somebody, get the fuck out their life.
Yeah, just be with somebody that just likes the idea of having somebody around, if that's all you're trying to be for
because
somebody.
then I mean, then that's the situation you can leave without hurting somebody's feelings. You get with someone that wants something for the future and you don't want something for the future, you leave them, you're gonna hurt them. So
wait, if they leave them and they don't want the same what?
Yeah, so let's take me and you for example.
Wait, hold up, but if you leave them and you don't want the same thing that they want, you would be doing them a favor.
You would be doing them a favor, but because they were like...
Wait, are you talking about leaving them once you know you don't plan on... Or are you talking about dragging it along?
And then leaving, yeah.
Yeah, but most people don't leave after dragging it along. So I'm like...
Either way, somebody getting hurt.
No. He's saying it wrong. Okay, if you're going to leave the person, leave when you know that you have no intentions of pursuing a future with them. And that way, even if it does hurt their feelings, at least that way you'll be doing them a favor instead of dragging a relationship on because you know, like, you have nothing else going on in your life. You're wasting their time, essentially.
Let your little bird fly.
Yeah, and the birdie ain't coming back.
Nope. Sometimes you just gotta let them go.
Hey, they say if you truly love something, you let it go. Alright, so you want to go on to the next topic?
Sure.
Okay, so the next topic is going to school online easier over sitting in a classroom?
I hear mixed reviews over that. I prefer sitting in a classroom, which is why I dropped out of
yeah, but you didn't even
school.
But you're not even in school right now.
I was in school before a while ago. I was taking online classes.
Yeah, but this was like you had so much time out of school.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, if I was to ever go back into school, I wouldn't do it now. I'd wait until they opened up schools again.
You really think they're gonna open up schools?
Probably not.
Let's be realistic now.
Probably not.
I think online classes are good for some people. I just think with everything going on, I think it's just messed up how everybody had to just kind of be like, hey, especially for people who was taking the time to actually go to classes. I think it's messed up that they had to go from going to classes to being like, hey, now I have to be online.
Yeah.
And for
especially when you're like a learner from seeing someone do something.
Well, not even just that. Like, some people just hearing someone explain it. And, like, that whole video chat bullshit that they be offering to you, they ain't gonna do shit for you.
Sometimes you got work.
Well, yeah, that's another thing, too. Like, they don't put into consideration. Like, if you're talking at, like, college level, forget about, like, younger. Because when you're younger, your parents could just sit you in front of the computer and keep it moving. But, like, if you're, like, at college level and you're possibly working, it's kind of hard for you, based on the time that they schedule these video chats for you to do the classroom, like, for you to make the time to do it because it'll be around the time that someone would be at work. So it would be kind of hard for them to be part of that video chat if you're doing it around, possibly like 3, 4 in the afternoon. Someone might still be at work.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they're like in a situation where they're not working with everything going on.
Precisely.
But, and then it's like, in the aspect of work, I think it depends on the class. Because some classes, like, they'll give you work once, twice a week.
I heard some like professors be like ODing because they just assume everybody's home.
Well, no. Like, it depends on the class, and it depends on what the class entails. Because some classes entail a lot more work. So, like, being online might be a little bit harder because you have to put a little bit more time into it. But, like, there are professors where you get work, and they say the day, and you have, like, a week to do the homework or whatever it is, quiz, whatever it is. So, like, you can't really be mad that they're giving you work because they're giving you time to kind of do it. Like, my math professor was like every week, so I was like, oh, I'm good. I got next week to do that, and I'll just do it the day of.
No.
Because, like, the way they have it set up is if the professor gives you an assignment, like, they'll give it to you a week in advance, right? So the assignment might not necessarily be open, but you'll see it there. And it has the date that it will be due. And as long as you do it before 11:59 on that day, you're good. Some professors might extend it to like 12:01.
Just to be nice.
I mean, I guess I don't know how the system works, like how long they can extend it for. I think it kind of just depends on the class and however the system works as far as like setting the time for the assignment. But like that's what I've seen so far, and like some classes just entail more work. But then like, you also have those professors that are just like, oh, everybody's home, they're not doing anything, they're good, like they could just do all this work in 1 week, like they're set. And then you might be tired from work, you might just be like, you know what, I don't even feel like doing this. And that's kind of how I felt. I was like, I don't feel like doing this tomorrow.
Yep. Next thing you know, you got 2 weeks of work that you ain't do. Now you sitting there on your day off like, nah, I can't do shit today. I gotta do all this homework.
Where you like, damn, do I really have the energy for this?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like, but they don't put that into consideration. What are you doing? What's wrong with your feet?
Nothing.
Then why do you keep doing that?
Because you won't let me put my arm up there.
No, you was like scratching your toe or something. Like
I was.
Like over here, like, oh, you won't let me put my arm on the armrest, but he's scratching his toe. Like, what?
She'll be thinking about the armrest, so I'll put my arm up there. And then she put her arm up there. Push me off.
But anyway, like, online classes I don't think are for everybody, but that's just kind of like what the situation we're in. And if you are in school, try to make the best of it.
Yes.
And try to, if the whole video chat thing isn't really working for you, if you're like an older student, not so much a younger student, because they might have their parents home with them to possibly help them with the homework, try to see if you could find somebody that might be versed in that particular topic and, see if they can help you with that subject and, go from there. I definitely don't agree with the route that they're taking with the whole school thing. Like, since they've already had it closed for so long, I don't think kind of like torturing the young kids with like possibly 4 hours of school and then going back home to be online. Like, it's so weird how they have it set up now. Like, they want people to do, I think it's 4 hours twice a week or something
like
or
that,
it's like
weird.
or it's like 2 hours 3 days a week or something, and then the rest of the time you're home.
Yeah.
Or you could decide to be home the whole time, and then they want kids to get used to wearing masks for like 4 hours out of the day.
Your lunch periods are kind of weird. Well, I guess some of them would eliminate.
It wouldn't eliminate lunch, because think about it, if you're only in school for 4 hours.
Yeah, I just remember hearing, my mom works for a school district. I can't name them, but Yeah, I remember when they were first, you know, talking about getting to school, and they were talking about doing something with the lunchroom to try and space the kids out for certain classes and stuff like that. It's like
Yeah,
it's just the schools are going through a lot just to try and get your kids in there.
yeah, but it's also based on the parents, like what they agreed to, like
Mm-hmm.
with the kids and stuff like that. And then a lot of them, depending on how the vote goes, from what I hear, with anybody with young kids, is um, depending on how many people say they want to stay home, or how many kids say they want to go to class, or they want to do a couple hours here and then stay home, will determine how many kids they take to go in the school at a time, to so they can regulate how many kids are going to be in the classroom per se.
Yeah, it's interesting. Very, very interesting.
Yeah, but I told you that.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, you're saying it's interesting, like I never told.
It is interesting, whether you told me or not. You can tell me 100 times. I'm still gonna say it's interesting.
I think it's dumb. I think if you're not ready to let the kids back in school, like, don't let them go back and just, I guess, do whatever.
Homeschool them. Fuck it.
I mean, that's kind of what they've been doing for the most part.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I guess for some kids.
Well, I mean, not necessarily that, but it's like if you don't feel like, because this is my thing, if you don't feel like every kid could possibly come back into the school without being worried about something happening, then why are you allowing any kid back in the school in general, even if it's only like 10, 20 kids at a time?
Nah.
It's like, why even bother?
Yeah, it's crazy. Very, very crazy.
But what can you do? But we are on trivia right now.
We are on trivia. So today's trivia is video game theme. Same thing as always. If you know the answer to any of the questions,
You'll be mad, stalled, and delayed when you respond to that, but go ahead.
alright. If you know any of the answers to the questions, say something in the comment section. Don't cheat. I'll see if you cheat. I won't actually see if you cheat, but on to it. First question.
Well, you can see if the person edited their comment, though.
Yeah, but we won't know if they waited until after. Bless you. Bless
Yeah,
you.
thank you. Yeah, but usually if you edit your comment, that means you saw the other person's comment and then you change your answer.
Yeah, I'm just talking about waiting until after the video's over and then put in their answers. Nah, I just gave them a way to cheat, though. Thanks. The first question: what was the name of the first video game created?
Well, like ever?
Yeah. I'll give you a hint. It was a game made for one of the first take-home computers.
Mm-hmm. Did it turn into like an arcade game or something?
No, but I think it was the inspiration for Pong.
What?
You know the that game where it's got the two sliding things, and you just hit the ball back and forth.
Oh, I never knew the name of that game.
Yeah. It was called Tennis for Two. It was in 1958.
I've never even heard of that.
I'd never heard of it either. I thought it was gonna say something like Pong or
I've never even heard of that
one of
game.
those old school arcade games, but it was that.
That's what I was thinking. Like, was it gonna be an old school arcade game? But I've never even heard of that.
All right, you'll probably be able to guess this one. What was the largest selling game of all time? It's still massive game. It came out in 2011, 2010, somewhere around there.
2011?
Yeah.
Why would I know this?
Now kids play Roblox instead of this game, even though this game still sells. Yeah.
You talking about that brick game?
Yeah.
Wait, why'd you say yeah if that's not the answer, stupid?
Are you talking about? What's?
You see what I deal with? Like, I say something.
You said that brick game. What are you referring to, though? I know you know the name of the game.
That game where you move the thing back and forth and you have to hit the bricks that are on top. You know what I'm talking about? From like back in the day on the old.
Okay, no, not that one. It's a game that a lot of like younger kids play. A lot older people play it too, but
And what is this game referring to?
well, everybody it's open world, creative world building game.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Minecraft.
Wait, is that the game?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've never played Minecraft, so why would I know that?
I don't know. You know a lot about gaming, so.
Why would I know about a game
Think
I've never
think of its popularity though.
Was it popular? 'Cause
200 million copies sold worldwide.
I'm saying like, was it, no, this is what I mean. Like, was it popular because I didn't buy it?
You don't have to buy it now. If you have Game Pass on Xbox, it's free.
Wasn't popular for me.
Yeah, nah, it took the world by freaking hellfire.
Was it?
Yeah.
I'm more of a Mortal Kombat person. I'd rather see somebody's guts get ripped out. I'm sorry.
What? When was Sonic created? You don't.
What, like the original Sonic?
Yeah. Like Sonic the Hedgehog.
No, I know.
Just making sure.
I don't. The original one? I don't know. I want to say the 90s, but I feel like before that.
Nope.
It wasn't before that?
1991 to be exact. Look at you. How many Mario characters are there? Like the main characters. Like these are
what
like,
are considered main characters?
These are the characters that are guaranteed to show up.
Mario, Luigi, Peach.
And like Mario Kart and
Isn't it Mario, Luigi, Peach? The fuck was the fucking
Bowser?
Yeah, him. I remember their faces. I just can't remember their names. Like, I'm trying so hard to remember their names, but I'm just envisioning their face right now. I don't know, 10?
You were close, actually. It's 9 of them.
Damn it.
9 of them. Yeah, it's Mario, Luigi, Peach, Toad, Daisy, Bowser, Yoshi.
That's who I was trying to think of. Toad.
Toad, yep. Toad, Daisy, Bowser, Yoshi, Wario, and Waluigi.
How did I remember Peach?
Because she's the one that Mario always has to save when Bowser throws her.
No,
in
but I'm
the
just
trunk.
saying, like, out of all characters, the only characters I really paid attention to were, like, Bowser and Mario and Luigi. I'm trying to, like, think how I even thought of it, but whatever. I don't know, maybe I was thinking of Peaches.
You were close, though.
I still haven't gotten any answer right.
No, but you keep getting really close. So, last question. Who's the most popular video game character?
In what game?
Just...
What? Like, I have to pick a random game? I'm confused.
No, all video game characters. The most popular one.
What do you mean by that, though? I'm confused by that question.
So, of all the main characters in video games, right? Who's the most popular one? The top 10 list that I saw.
Oh, it's
crazy.
like... Okay. Let me think about this question. So you're saying it's from certain games, and then they just have a character that just happens to be popular in that game.
Mm-hmm.
How many games is this?
This is just all games.
Oh, that's a lot, though.
Yeah, so... We're talking about the most... He's like...
Is Mario on the list?
Yeah. You actually got it right.
What?
He's the most popular video game character in the world.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh.
She like casually says the answer. She's like, "Is Mario on the list? Is he on the list? Not is he number one? But is
No,
he on
because
the
I'm
list?"
like thinking about there's so many characters that people really like.
I think Pikachu made number 10.
I was gonna say Pikachu.
Pikachu made number 10.
Like what game? It was Smash Brothers. I think it was on Nintendo 64.
Pika.
No,
That's what Pikachu used to do.
No,
on that
in the
game.
Nintendo 64.
Mm-hmm.
No, he did Pika Pika.
Mm-hmm. But if you did the down, was it?
Like where he went in the little ball, you know, like where he got all cute.
Yeah, he used to have the thunder move though, and he would go Pika.
No, but Pikachu don't sound like that though. What you doing? we over here arguing about what Pikachu sound like, and I just did his voice, and he just did some. You did some man Pikachu.
Well, no, his voice was deeper, like when he did the move, because it was like he was summoning the lightning from the sky.
But I don't think it was that deep.
No, it wasn't that deep. I have a relatively deep voice though, so
it was probably like Pika. But
I'll play I'll find the clip and play it for you afterwards.
What afterwards? What? For me?
After, yeah.
Oh, okay. I think that's about it, right?
Yeah, that's about it. That's it for the night.
Yeah.
I guess for the morning, it's like 3:00 in the morning. Wow.
Yeah. Hey, tonight I'm not done with my night. I don't know about you. And I didn't even drink coffee.
Yeah, you wired. You had that nap though. So,
best 3-hour nap of my life.
I bet. Whatever.
Hey, at least I got up like I said I was.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It took you a little while to finally start getting ready, but
well, because I was looking at videos.
But anyway,
yeah, I think that's about it. You know, try to subscribe to the channel. I mean, I see we're getting the views, especially on the first podcast.
Yeah, that one keeps growing. I think it's already
almost close to like 90.
Yeah,
if it didn't already get there.
Yeah, it'd be nice, you know,
to get some subscribers.
If you guys would subscribe.
You know,
we love you.
Like, you know, and then, you know, start to comment too. I haven't seen any comments since we've started posting these, so there's that. But I think that's about it. Mm-hmm. And you guys have a good night or morning or whatever you want to call it.
Yep. Stay safe out there too. Peace out.